In the realm of fire safety, the flash point of a liquid is often discussed as a critical parameter determining its flammability. However, there is another equally important characteristic that goes hand in hand with the flash point, the fire point. While both concepts relate to the ignition of vapors, understanding the fire point provides deeper insights into the behavior of liquids when exposed to an open flame. In this article, we will learn the significance of the fire point, how it differs from the flash point, and its implications for fire safety. The fire point of a substance is the lowest temperature at which the vapor of that fuel will continue to burn for at least 5 seconds after ignition by an open flame of standard dimension. This means at the fire point, the combustion sustains and continues to burn. At the flash point, which is a lower temperature than the fire point, a substance will briefly ignite, but may not sustain. The fire point is not measured and information about the fire point is normally not available. A thumb rule is followed to assume the fire point to be about 10 degrees Celsius higher than the flash point. The flash point and fire point are both measurements of a liquid's temperature at which it emits enough vapors to form a flammable mixture with air. However, the main difference lies in the conditions under which ignition occurs. Flash point. The flash point is the lowest temperature at which the vapors of a liquid ignite momentarily upon exposure to an open flame or spark. At this point, the ignition is temporary, and the flame does not sustain itself after the ignition source is removed. Fire point. The fire point, on the other hand, is the temperature at which the vapors of a liquid ignite and sustain combustion even after removing the ignition source. In other words, once ignited, the liquid will continue to burn. The main differences between flash point and fire point are tabulated below. Understanding the fire point is crucial in real-world fire scenarios. While the flash point indicates the potential for ignition, the fire point helps gauge the severity of a fire incident. A substance with a low flash point but a high fire point may present a more significant fire risk than one with a higher flash point and a lower fire point. The fire point is a vital consideration when handling and storing flammable liquids. It helps determine the appropriate safety measures and fire suppression methods needed to control potential fires. Firefighters rely on the fire point data to develop effective firefighting strategies. Knowledge of the fire point helps them choose the right extinguishing agents and methods to combat and control liquid fires. Engineers and designers consider the fire point when selecting materials for storage tanks, pipelines, and other equipment that may come into contact with flammable liquids. This ensures that the materials can withstand the potential hazards associated with the fire point of the stored liquid. While the flash point serves as an essential indicator of a liquid's flammability, the fire point provides a more comprehensive understanding of its fire behavior. In fire safety planning and risk assessment, both parameters should be taken into account to develop effective strategies for handling flammable liquids safely and minimizing the risks associated with fire incidents. A comprehensive understanding of the fire point empowers us to make informed decisions, promoting safer practices in the storage, transportation, and usage of flammable liquids in our daily lives and industries.